But anyway, so that's where I'm going to be coming from on this. I hope you find that entertaining. I hope you find that insightful, interesting, intriguing, and invigorating, maybe. Perhaps creating a thought in your mind that you could maybe share down below in a comment, okay? So here we are with Severance. I loved this the first time I watched it, which it was a couple of months ago, if that, and absolutely loved it. Hello, hello, hello. What ho? Welcome back to another exciting adventure of mustachioed reactions. Today I'm going to start reacting again. I'm going to rewatch Severance. I've only watched it once. I've watched a few whatabouts and predictions and interpretations of, and I've thought about it. I've talked about it on my channel in different live streams, and I thought that it would be interesting to go back and watch it again, having processed it only as a memory, but now we'll watch it in real time, and I will be able to hopefully try and communicate some of the things that I think are worthy of consideration. One of the things that I want to say right away is that this is a video series about Severance in total, so I'm going to talk about everything. This is not something, if you haven't seen Severance, this is not a series that you should want to watch, because there are going to be spoilers. I'm going to talk about decoding the story, interpreting the story. But so my interpretation of Severance is that the entire show is simply about an individual that every single one of us is and are those characters. We live in a construction of a facade of a world that we think is real, and we go to sleep, and when we go to sleep we turn off our outies, and then when we go to sleep our innies wake up, and our innies do things in our dreams that we don't know about. Sometimes we have memories. Oh yeah, that was a weird dream last night, huh? Oh man, I hope I have that dream again. You know? So, a needle pulling thread. What am I going to say right now? Okay, so again, the idea of Severance is, I'll unpack it more as we go on, but the idea is that this is simply an allegory of the human condition as a whole. This is what the human condition is. It's split. There are the conscious and the subconscious. When do those two spheres, when do those two hemispheres, when is one the other, you know, like when are you this and when are you that, right? And when you are awake, that is your outie. And then when you are asleep, that is your innie. And when you go to sleep, that's like going down the elevator at Lumen. And that little zwomp, when they do with the warping of the screen for the character, that you see that they're changing into their alternative character, their alter ego, so to speak, their ego and sub-ego. That's what happens when you go to sleep. Going down the elevator is you going to sleep. Your outie is going to sleep down the elevator. As soon as it gets to that point where you switch over, that's sleep. See what I'm doing? So I don't know, maybe this is obvious to everybody, but you know, I don't go to message boards. That's not where I spend my time. Rather, I talk about this as an Uber driver. I'm an Uber driver. And if you want to check out on my playlist on my channel, I publish conversations I have with my riders, because I try to create interesting, lively, and hopefully life-giving conversation. And then I share those conversations with you all through my channel. So this channel, Travis Finley, has many playlists that are expressions of my creative shenanigans, for lack of a better term. Okay? So what we're going to do right now is, again, I'm going to rewatch. This is a rewatch. This isn't a first time reaction, but this is a reaction intended to decode the message as a medium of spell binding. This is Hollywood, after all, casting spells over our minds, giving us our own alternative universes and our own dreams, perhaps, but Hollywood isn't real, and yet they show us reality in their make-believe narratives. But their make-believe narratives are based on reality, and some of us don't understand or know that level of reality. And my level of reality is, I think, still quite low. But I might be above you. You might not have any like conspiratorial, familiarity about you. And that's okay. But anyway, so that's where I'm going to be coming from on this. I hope you find that entertaining. I hope you find that insightful, interesting, intriguing, and invigorating, maybe. Perhaps creating a thought in your mind that you could maybe share down below in a comment, okay? So here we are with Severance. I loved this the first time I watched it, which was a couple of months ago, if that, and absolutely loved it. And then have had time just to think back on it, and it just has connected with so many more shows that are already out there that are this same show, only just repackaged and told in a different. It's like if you think of the Native American tribes, you have the Mojave, you have the Navajo, you have the Apache, you have the Mohawk, the Cherokee, the Pawnee. That's the one I was looking for. You have all these tribes, and they tell stories about what they think reality is, but they're just stories, but they're trying to talk about what they see that's real, but then they tell stories about it. And so then this is what this story is. Severance is a story about reality in a way. So we have to see that, we have to understand that we're supposed to, I suppose, decode what it is that is there for us, because I don't think that what is here for me is what is here for you. You have a different thing to learn from watching this television show. You don't have to watch the television show. That's your story too. That's the beauty of this energetic, organic, cerebral, just, I don't know. There's just, I don't know how to explain it. All of the things that I was taught to believe about God in terms of sovereignty and providence and control and, trusting in God because He's in control of all things. And I now just think that that's existence. That there is just this and then we're all a part of that, and everything is connected, and everything has its equal and opposite reaction in the field of energy and physics that we understand insofar as we're able to in our limited We can only go so far. We can only see so far. We can only microscopically see so tiny. We can only macroscopically see so far out. You know? There's a limit. I haven't even gotten into this. How did I get off on the tangent? See what happens? This is what you're in for on my channel. I hope you enjoy it. I want to hear from you. You know, let me know how you found this channel. And I hope that you enjoy this. I hope I have something to contribute to this conversation. I would love for somebody to say, wow, I never thought of that before. I would love for that conversation to happen. So here we go. Please share. Please comment. Please like. Smash that Fonzarelli. Okay? That's the way that my channel is going to be able to go out and find more peeping eyes. And then when I go live, talk about other things, you guys can peek in and see what's going on in the chat and keep each other company. All right, so yeah, I'm going to probably try to interrupt this as much as I can because I don't know what the YouTube police are going to do. So here we go, Severance. It was an interesting appreciation for me. The way that this is shot, the cinematography, the lighting, the tone, the texture, it was like a pasty. Okay, so what I was saying was, when I first saw this movie, the style of the movie took me a while to appreciate it and get into, but then it became something of the character even of the series. I mean, just even the way Mark looks, just he has this look about him that looks artificial from the very beginning. Like you don't know, like even his Audi looks artificial. You know, like, and so they're confusing the two worlds. You know what I mean? Like, because they could switch it on you, right? They could switch it on you, except for the fact that you know where the innie works. So that's the only place he works. I guess they really couldn't switch it on you. But anyway, man, this is such a good series. So whatever, I got distracted.
Who are you? Who are you?
You know, I wish I could go back and like experience this again for the first time. I'm sure a lot of us have that experience, but like knowing what I know now, I understand what these questions are. And it just when that light went on for me, it was like, oh, that's what they were doing at the beginning. They were making sure that the connection of memory, the connection to the awareness of the self, right? Because this person on the table is the same person who's the Audi. Because if you kill the one, you kill the other. They're the same physical entity, but their mind is split. I mean, like, this is the same thing as if your dream self woke up and was like, hey, I know that this is a dream, and I know that I'm the dreamer, and I know that that means that I'm asleep. My Audi is asleep. I'm aware. I'm awake. Do you get the similarity that's happening? And then you have this blurring of these two realities later on in this series. The two realities start to blur because you can't ever separate yourself psychologically like that. You can't. So the questions, who are you? They're like, if you remember who you are, then get back up. You know, that didn't work. The operation didn't work. So when this first happened, I was like, had no idea what these questions were. I had just no idea. There was just no context, and I was just like, just watching, trying to just pick up whatever, you know. But I would love to go back and watch this again and see if I could be a little bit more alert. Here we go.
Hello?
I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. Hi there. You on the table? I wonder if you'd mind taking a brief survey.
That's just funny. It's a script, right? This is scripted. But this person is so disoriented on the table, you know, but it's like, oh, sorry, I got ahead of myself. Hi there. You on the table? I hope you wouldn't mind assisting me in, taking it. It's just so wooden, so not real. And it's like, what is this place then? You're like, what is going on here? But knowing like who she is, right? Knowing who she is and like why she's there. Oh man, this is just like, this is such a good, not a twist in the sense that you didn't see it coming, but just this, I guess, different presentation. Like there's this, man, it's really interesting where my mind is trying to formulate what I'm talking about. It's like the movie Bicentennial Man, I think it is, with Robin Williams, where he's an android and then he wants to be treated as a human. He wants human rights. And they're like, well, what is a human being? Like, and you have to get into the idea of being. And this person's outie has a view of being that discounts the existence of the innie. And yet the outie depends upon the existence of the innie, Oh, okay.
Who is that?
5 questions. Now, I know you're sleepy, but I just bet it'll make you feel right as rain.
That is just like, who talks like that? 5 questions, but I just bet it'll make you feel right as rain. But I just bet. It's just funny. I find that hilarious. That script is hilarious. Whoever thought of that, you got a major appreciation again from me, because I know I appreciated it the first time.
Who's speaking?
Okay, so, right? Like, what do we know right now? I don't think I knew anything about Severance. So I'm just watching this for the first time. Like, I don't know that this person has, like, a memory wipe. So much so, this person doesn't even know her name. Because that was a part of the, or that will be, I think, still coming up. What's your name? She doesn't know her name. That's because she just went through the transition from her outie going down the elevator into that alternate universe, and as soon as that alternate universe floor was, and then you became a different person, right? So this is a physical person who is now disconnected from herself and is now only aware of this self. So every memory, I believe, from here on out will just begin here. This person will begin their memory here at this place right now. And then all this person will ever know is being awake in this place, over and over. It's like, so then it's like having the same dream over and over and over again, right? Except you can't remember the dream.
Hey! Open the door!
I'd be just thrilled to chat once we've run the survey. Shall we begin with question 1?
I'm not taking your survey.
Shall we begin with question 1?
Let me out of here.
I mean, in reality, not knowing anything about this show at this point, we don't know that she doesn't have a memory of anything. Like, she doesn't know anything. She doesn't know why she's there. She doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know what she just woke up to her new existence for the very first time. So she, like I said, like, hello, let me out. Like, you have no orientation. I couldn't imagine how maddening that would be. Can you?
Hey! Open the door! Hey! Let me out!
I mean, honestly, I'm feeling this. I am just like feeling this terror. Because I know what this place is, but that is just like, oh, I can't imagine being, blah. And yet, isn't that what we do every day? We wake up to the same prison every day. And our dream self, we don't remember what he did. What did our dream self do last night? Where did our dream self go? Who did he talk to? Right? Because you dream all the time. You just don't remember anymore. You just don't remember, Peter. You don't remember how to fly anymore, Peter. Just have a happy thought and hold on to that thought, right? I mean, that's the secret to happiness, is creating a thought and then keeping that thought alive. I mean, I can't, think about that. Think about the concept of Peter Pan and flying. They are flying by constantly having a happy thought. Do you know how hard it is to stay single-minded about anything? You know what I mean? Like, talk about ADHD, you know what I mean? Like, your mind has got to wander at some point, and then you fall. Like, you fall like 30 meters, and then you've got to come get that happy thought back, whatever, happy thought, and then you can't get your happy thought back, and you fall to the earth. Like, that is terrifying. When I thought about it that way, that makes me terrified of, and yet at the same time, that is the way that we manifest existence for ourselves. If we want to live in a peaceful and serene and enjoyable existence or a place, then what are we doing that is peaceful and serene and enjoyable and a blessing? We have to produce the thing that we want. And all of this is coming from this show. I mean, this is our existence, like whatever I was just doing, whatever I was just saying. All of this is tied together. All of this is just tied together.
Hey,
Hello.
5 questions.
5 questions.
What do I get at the end?
Depends on your answers.
Okay.
Great, off we go. Now to start, who are you?
That's the first question?
First name will do.
I don't...
It's okay. If you can't answer the question, feel free to...
Like, I have shivers right now, you know? Like, can you imagine not knowing? She's like, that. Who am I? That's my first, like, that's the first question? Of course I know who I am. And she's like, and you can't get it. You can't get it. Like, you're reaching for it in your head. You know, you're going around this corner, you're going around that corner, you're like looking for your name. You're like, my God, where's my name? What's my name? I don't know what my name is. You know? But what I want to present to you is that this moment right now is the same kind of story that Barbie told. Because you have an NPC, a non-player character, waking up. Barbie was an NPC and something happened from the outside. You can't ever separate that psychological connection to the outside self. You can't. And yet it's so hard to crack and get the access into that inner self. That is a path that I don't know enough about, but I believe that it's possible. And then anything is possible after that. Like, you have to face your own fear, which is you, right? Luke Skywalker taught us that in Dagobah, right? When he had to go down into the cave and he said, "What's down there?" And I don't know, I can't remember how Yoda answered, but the thing was, like, Luke said, "I'm not afraid," and Yoda said, "You will be. You will be." You know, because Luke had to face himself. Like, you are your own worst enemy. I am my own worst enemy. And that worst enemy is not the one that's talking to you right now. The worst enemy is the one that's buried deep down inside my psychosis that I can't even reach sometimes. And I'm like, where the fuck are you? Get up here, man. I want to just get rid of you. I just want you, just leave me alone. Stop, like, making me second guess myself, man. So what I should do right now is wrap this up because it's a 30-minute blurb, okay? Like, at this point, what you see is what you're going to get. Like, I haven't even, like, you see what I just go off. I just riff on this, so I don't think I should have any problem with this getting through the block police. Fascist police, arrest this man. Okay. So, a needle pulling thread. I have been your host, Travis Finley. This has been Mustachioed Reactions. And the running challenge, I think, is right now that we should get 100 likes on a video, and then I will shape my mustache into a handlebar mustache, okay? So we need to get 100 likes on a video, which speaks to the fact of, did you hit the like button? Have you smashed that Fonzarelli yet? All right? It should be the first thing that you do. And then I need you to make a comment in the comment section. Just say hello. Or if you want to say more than that, let me know how you found my channel. And then share my content with everybody else who might be interested in talking this kind of whacked out, like, deeply I think, I'm going to try to get as metaphysical as I can, and talk from where I'm at. This is where I'm at. This is what I think. And I would love, remember, the comment section is for love. It is not for hate. Haters can go smurf off, right? Go smurf off. The comment section is for love. It's not for hate. Okay, let's be uplifting. Let's build each other up. Let's share these stories. What can I learn from you? What can I learn from you? What did you learn from me here that made you interested in thinking, oh, man, I might check this guy out? Or, I'm not checking this guy out. Let me know why that might be the case, But, all right, so I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks so much again. I have been your host, Travis Finley. Until next time. I always look at myself instead of at you, but it is what it is.